Hey Tackle Warehouse fans, Jake here with this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. We have a bunch of Bassmaster Classic release products for you today, and we're just coming off the Bassmaster Classic. We're filming this, a little bit before the tournament started, so don't know who won or what bait won the tournament. Maybe one of the things on the table won the tournament. So someone's, won 300 grand on one of these hot new baits here today. First, we're going to talk about a new reel from Shimano. So these were released a few weeks ago, but we actually got a few of them in stock to show you. So the new Shimano Metanium DCA. This is a 70 size reel. This is an awesome reel, especially if you're looking for something more geared towards those smaller style baits, since it is a 70 size reel. But this is Shimano's smallest and lightest DC reel that they've ever made. So if you're not familiar with Shimano's DC technology, there's actually a computer chip inside the reel that is powered by the spool spinning, and it's a cast control system, so you can make a cast and the computer is gonna adjust the spool speed if it needs to speed up or slow down, and do a bunch of automatic braking for you, so you don't backlash. You get tremendous casting distance. Just awesome technology now in a smaller, more compact reel. On this 70 size reel, I mean, it's hard to explain, how refined this reel feels in your hand with the micromodular gearing, silent tune technology, core solid body. There's all of Shimano's latest technologies in this reel, but you can't feel any kind of gear teeth or, meshing together inside. It feels super buttery and incredibly smooth. On the spool, it does have the MGL3 spool, which helps allow you to throw those really small baits, kind of working in conjunction with that DC technology. On the outside, the brake system, really cool, something I've never seen before. On the outside, there's two different brake settings. One that you can adjust the reel for mono, fluoro, or braided line types. And then you have another brake adjustment out here on the outside, the farther dial. So you can really dial it into what type of line you're throwing and kind of what size bait you're throwing and what kind of conditions, if you need to make a quick adjustment, if you're, facing into the wind or you're gonna face downwind and you really wanna make a really far cast. Just an awesome reel. If you're looking for something in that smaller, more compact profile with DC technology, comes in at $499, a phenomenal reel there by Shimano. From Jackall, one of the most exciting baits and one of the most sought after this year. These are the new Jackall DriftFries. These have been in super high demand. We turned them on the website and they were sold out within a couple of hours, but we should have another shipment showing up in just a few days. So you want to stay on top of that. If you want to get some of these, subscribe to the in-stock notifications on there if you want to get your hands on some of these DriftFry minnows, because when they hit the warehouse, they are gone really, really quick. So we have two different sizes. There's a regular 4-inch DriftFry, and then we have the mellow 5.2. So this is the same bait that Fujita won the Toledo Bend tournament on, and a few other anglers like Jesse Wiggins was in the top 10. In one of the events he was fishing on Bass Pro Tour. He was fishing this bait as well. So there's different baits or different anglers out there fishing this bait that have done very, very well on it. So it's a minnow style bait. It's geared towards the forward-facing sonar fishing. There's tons and tons of new baits coming out that's geared towards that style of fishing, this being one of them. So they do have a couple of rigging options up here on the nose. So you can rig it on just a jig head. And then they also have a second slot in there so you can rig it up on one of those the jig hook style, just a plain hook without the weight on it, and put in a little nail weight in there as well. So if you want to rig it that way. That molded bill on there, this helps keep the bait down at the depth that you want it to run, but it also enhances that side-to-side rolling action, which seems to be one of the keys to getting those fish to trigger to bite when you're out there targeting suspended. A bunch of phenomenal colors from Jackall. They've made a ton of baits like this in the past, and they've always done really, really well with the color selection on them. The Mellows, the 5.2, the bigger one, it is made out of a little bit softer material, and it's a little bit bigger if you're trying to target those bigger class of fish. So cool new minnow baits there from Jackall. Kind of in the same vein from Yum, their FF sonar minnow. So they've previously only had this in a 3-inch model. Now they have it in a 4-inch and a 5-inch model, and they've added some new sizes to their sonar jig head. So If you like that style of bait from Yum, if you like the original Sonar Minnow, but you want it a little bit bigger size, now they got you covered. 4-inch and 5-inch sizes now available. A couple more new baits from our buddies over there at Roboworm. Not necessarily new baits, but new colors. So for the Classic, they are releasing the new Fuego color in a bunch of the different baits. The Alive Shad, the Ned worm, and then the straight tail worms, the fat and the regular straight tail, the 4-inch, 6-inch, and 7-inch, I believe. So new color there from Roboworm in a bunch of their baits. All right, staying with the finesse trend here. From Sunline, their new Almite braid. This is actually a sinking braid. It's really cool to see another sinking braid coming onto the market. I've been using sinking braid on one of my spinning rods for a few seasons. It's about time to change. Definitely gonna try this out and see how the Sunline compares. So we have it in the pink color. We will be getting it's like a green and orange combo color here relatively shortly, but right now we just have the high vis pink. So this braid, it's a 5-carrier construction, so it's like a traditional 4-strand braid woven around a different fiber in the middle that actually is what gives it that higher density that allows the braid to sink. So it's technically a 5-strand, 4 strands woven around one that gets this braid to sink. If you've never used a sinking braid before, and it really increases the sensitivity of your spinning rod applications. You don't have so much bow in your line. You have more direct contact with like your drop shot or your shaky head, or even weightless applications. You're not gonna have all that braid laying on the surface. It's gonna start to sink out and you're gonna have more direct contact with your bait. So less bow in your line, more sensitivity, and overall just easier to manage, especially in those windy conditions. You don't have all that braid laying on the surface and getting blown around. It kind of cuts through the water and helps you keep in contact with your bait. So if you're looking for a sinking braid, there's another one on the market now from Sunline. Another finesse option we got here from Trokar. So Trokar just released this new Prov drop shot hook, and this is a mean little drop shot hook. So it's got the Trokar point, which is a surgically sharpened 3-sided point, the sharpest hooks on the market. I mean, they're scary how sharp they are. If you're not careful, they will pierce and go right in. So definitely be careful when you're rigging these things up. But this new Prov bend, what that's gonna do is whenever you hook a fish and you get that hook point and you get it into the fish's mouth and you get them down here into that bend, it's a lot harder for the fish to come up and shake that hook free. You just get better penetration and better hook holding performance with that Prov style bend on there. And then also with that little bend in there, it's gonna be great for drop shotting. It just gives your worm kind of a spot to rest when you're nose hooking. It's just gonna hold it a little bit better and keep it in place, or the little minnow baits, and you're trying to keep them perfectly horizontal. Just a phenomenal new drop shot hook from Trokar. From Spro, we got a new size in the Walking HT topwater bait. So now offered in a 110 size, weighs 5/8 of an ounce. So even though it's a little bit smaller, more compact, you can absolutely bomb this bait. The original Walking HT came out a few seasons ago. This one, now it just has 2 hooks on it, but in a smaller, more compact profile if you were looking for, if you like the bait, but you just wanted something a little bit smaller for certain times of the year when they're on smaller shad, or you're fishing around maybe smallmouth or spotted bass and just want a little bit smaller profile. This is a great topwater walking bait. With that belly, the way it's shaped, it actually pushes a lot more water. So some of the other stick baits, walking baits on the market that are perfectly cylindrical, they kind of roll on the top. This one actually moves a tremendous amount of water. It makes a little bit extra commotion, and they've got a bunch of great colors. Comes with Gamakatsu hooks on it, Spro split rings. So great new topwater for the upcoming topwater season. Gonna be here before you know it when they're chasing shad, the shad spawn's going on, and that early summer bite when they really get on a good topwater bite. From Bassby, we have the new Quick Cube storage bags. So this is a smaller, I believe this one's the medium size, and then we do have a larger size. So super robust construction, but mesh on both sides. These are gonna be great for keeping stuff super dry and storing stuff. Like all these bags of soft plastics fit great in here. And then you don't have to worry about water getting in and just making a mess. And then the bigger one, especially, it really holds all those clamshell soft plastic swim baits really, really well and helps keep them organized. I know all of us, have experienced that. It's such a pain to keep those clamshell soft plastic swim baits like Kitex organized, and you end up with gallon bags full of them. They don't really hold them that well. This is gonna hold them really, really well and just help keep you guys organized. Last up, from St. Croix, the new Physics series of rods. So we have these in casting and spinning. I believe they price anywhere from $365 all the way up to $415. And I believe we have about more than 25 models in the lineup. I believe it's 27 or 28. A ton of different models. So if there's any application you would need one for, they for sure got you covered. This series, they released it about a month ago, and now we're about to get the first batch of them in stock any day if they're not already in stock on the website right now. They're using their SC4 carbon technology and a new proprietary glass technology in this blank. So you're getting like kind of the best of all worlds. So you're getting tremendous strength, durability, and it's going to be super lightweight and sensitive. Fuji SIC guides on here, and then down at the reel seat, it's kind of a one-piece carbon reel seat, aluminum locking nut up here on the top. So super lightweight, really durable, increased sensitivity. It has that trigon shaped handle that they've released on some other series of rods, so it's super comfortable and just dramatically increases the sensitivity that you can feel in your hand. Got kind of double triggers on it, so it makes it really comfortable to cast. But like I said, got any model you would ever want for bass fishing. So if you want to check out the new St. Croix Physics series, head on over to the website. All right, that's going to wrap up today's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase any of these products seen here today, click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most excited about.